Hey everyone, I'm Mecca here for my self-published blueprint, and today on the channel, I'm excited to bring to you another brand new feature just announced to help self-publishers increase their income, take back their freedom, so they can design their ultimate lifestyle. I bring to you AMS Profit Formula. Marco, man, welcome to the channel.
Thanks, Emeka. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. All right. So AMS ads can do some amazing things for your books. And let's start at the beginning. Why did you find interest in AMS ads? And then I know we have some case studies and some books that we'll talk about. But what made you start thinking about running ads for your books?
That's a great question. So I always found it strange that everywhere else in every other industry, we market our products, our services, we use ads, Facebook ads, Google, but nobody's doing it for books. Why? Right? It didn't make sense to me.
Right.
And another big driving point was for my old books that were considered dead, no more sales. Like, how can I bring it back to life? So these were questions I was asking myself at the time. And so the only way I saw moving forward was with AMS ads. It was the only way that I can promote, get on top of keywords that I don't have access to right now, and that I can show up in the front page, even though my book's in the 20th or the 30th. It was the only way. So I decided, okay, let's see what I can do. Now, it took me a while to get to where I'm at now, but it was worth it. So that was my initial reason for starting, was because I asked myself, why isn't anybody doing it? We do it for everything else. Why not books? Why not on Kindle? And how can I drive sales to books that are no longer selling?
I think that right there is something a lot of people would love to get help with, right? Books doing well, and then it stops selling for whatever reason. And now you got a dead fish in the water, so to speak, right? Dead book in the water.
Right. And it's just a product. Like it's a product, right? It's something that you have. It's there. So why not try to drive more sales?
Right. Why not have them make some money?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And so you came out with AMS ads, the AMS ads profit formula.
Yes.
What does that do exactly?
So what I did is I systemized the approach to AMS. So, I've been doing AMS for just over a year, and I spent a ton of time testing, trying various things on various different books that I have. And it wasn't until recently that I was able to systemize the approach after recognizing patterns that doesn't make sense, but it's just the way AMS works. So you have to understand that. And so in the course, I explain everything that you need to do, how to get started, whether it's a new book, you're trying to revive an old book. I go step by step through the processes of taking your book from zero to profit.
I like that. I really like that. So this is something for books that are completely dead, or new books that are just starting off, or can it help books that are selling well?
Yes. Any book. Yeah. It can help rank your book, right, for keywords.
Okay.
I've had books appear on first pages on first page because of AMS exclusively. AMS can do so much for your book. So it can help in your relevancy score, right? Because you're so through Amazon's algorithm, right?
Okay.
You can show which one's more relevant. So what AMS does is just puts your book in front of more people. And the more clicks you get and the more sales you get, Amazon's going to start ranking your book overall better for keywords that are relevant to your book, not just one keyword, but multiple. So let's say I have a keyword, I have my main keyword, but my book might not sell the best on that keyword, but it's doing really well on others. It can still rank on that one keyword because it's still relevant to the book, and I'm getting sales on that book, even though it's through other keywords.
Well, that's key.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's how I was able to rank my books on first page for my main keyword, even when it wasn't. And I wasn't getting a ton of sales on that keyword. I was just getting a ton of sales on other keywords. So the relevancy was there.
Oh, wow. Huh? That's really neat. That's like when you type in a keyword into Amazon and then the books that come up don't even have like that actual keyword. They're just being ranked for other keywords, but Amazon's.
But it's relevant.
Right.
And it performs really well. So that's why it's there.
Oh, man. I think that could help a lot of people. A lot of people. Let's go through some of the case studies, like some of the examples that you've been working on over the last year or so that you've been building up towards this. Do you want to? Yeah, let's go through your first. Looks like you got 4 books. Walk us through those first.
So my latest 4 books was published between end of March, beginning April.
Okay.
And at the moment now, every new book that I publish, it's on AMS from day one.
From day one, okay.
From day one, always. There's reasonings behind that, but I always do it. And so these 4 books, they've always been on AMS. I've always had ads running for them. And before, when I didn't use AMS, my sales were okay, right? I'd probably average on one book, on a new book, I'd probably average between $50 to $80, give or take, for the month for that new book.
For the first month or just?
The first month. Like if I publish it, mid-May, I'll probably do that in April or in
June. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. For the first full month. Okay.
So the first full month. So now with these 3 books or these 4 books, each one is well over $300. I think one of them.
Here, I got the numbers right here.
Oh, here we go. So the lowest is actually 243.
Right.
And then the highest is 452 on average.
And so these books are like 2 months old, right?
Yes.
It's like May 31st right now. You said March or April. These came out. Like that's solid for like, that's like 4. So tell us about positioning where these books are landing right now. I'm seeing that. So.
Yeah. So these books, actually, all 4 of these books ended up on the first page of the keyword. Some of them are like towards the end. I got some at the top. I think 2 of them are 3rd and 4th position. Okay. And then the others are like between 12th and 10th and 12th position.
Okay.
I actually haven't been able to rank. I don't know if Amazon's algorithm changed, but none of my books anymore show up on the first page after I publish. Like this hasn't happened to me since last year. I don't know.
None of your books without AMS?
Yeah, like after the initial publish, the initial Amazon boost that you're supposed to receive. Yeah, I don't get that anymore. I don't know why. It just does not happen for me.
Amazon's hating on you.
I guess they must be, or they're like, I have no idea, but I've been able to use AMS because of that reason. I've been able to use AMS to rank my books. So now I got these 4 books on the first page for the keywords.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, super exciting. Because there was a point where I'm like, what's going on? Like,
right.
Every new book that I publish would never land on the first page.
Cool. And okay, so these numbers, are these sales or profit numbers?
This is profit, 100%.
Profit numbers. So that's exciting because, like, let's say it costs like $300 for a book. Within your first full month, your book's boom, profited.
Yep.
Like that's massive because sometimes it took me 4 months to turn a profit from publishing, right? I don't know how much.
This is not the case for every book.
Right. But it
works.
Yeah. Cool. Let's move on. Let's talk about case study number 5. This is, go for it.
So number 5 is actually one of my first books I ever published. It's in a massive niche. It's in one that I recommend nobody ever do that, right? So it's 10,000.
What niche?
Like never publish in that specific keyword. So it's in a self-help niche.
Okay.
If you search the keyword, it has 10,000 results. Super competitive.
Can you talk about the keyword?
Yeah, it's self-help. Or it's self-discipline.
Self-discipline. Yeah.
Self-discipline. Okay. So it like if you go there, you search it, like every book is profitable, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a huge niche.
Looks great. Looks great on paper.
Exactly. So, but
Okay.
it's super competitive.
Hmm.
So I was actually able, using AMS, to get this book on the first page.
Wow, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. First page, and drive more sales. Now it's a
So
small book
yeah.
because it's one of my first. It's a really small book.
And so you
But
launched this back in May of 2017, this first book,
yes, last year.
this book.
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It was
then,
my second book ever.
okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so between May and it looks like, so you implemented AMS in January. So between May and January, how was this book doing in sales monthly?
On average, like $20,
So maybe
maybe.
$20. So like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Nothing much.
okay. And then January, so what started happening in terms of sales once you started using the AMS stuff?
So now, in January, it was, I think, close to 200. But
Okay.
last month I hit 420 for that book.
Wow, huh?
Yeah.
So within a year, so a year basically, right? Because May is when you
May.
said
Yeah.
you, right? So
I think it was
within
like
a
May
year,
15th.
you've taken a book going from $20 a month, what, to $400 last month?
Last month, man. It's crazy.
Wow, man. So that gives me hope for my what are my books? My weight loss book,
Dude,
right?
you're,
My emotional habits book, my how to write a
yeah.
book.
Yep.
Like those are all dead books. Like they make a sale probably less than 4 or 5 a month.
Right.
So
And that's a perfect book.
right,
To do
because
this.
let's talk like, okay, I know maybe you don't have these numbers. Cost. What was, would there be more an investment? But then it's making you more money. So it's
There
technically,
is an investment because you have to pay
okay.
for the ads.
You got to
But
pay for the ads, but then but you're getting more.
you're getting more. Like, okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, I have my book. Sorry, but I have the weight loss book. I used an example, right? It's paid for. No, let's use my horrible one that still hasn't profited. Emotional habits. Okay.
Okay.
So that book was so okay. So how much would I have to spend on that book that's already published? It's been around for a year and a half, coming on 2 years. How much would I have to spend, do you think, on AMS in order to get that book traction? Because it's it's emotional habits, it's self-help, it's competitive. What do you think I would have to spend, would you say? Can you even give an estimate?
Okay, so I can't give an estimate, but I can tell you how my strategy works.
Okay.
So the entire point of my strategy is not to spend money.
Oh,
So
okay. I like that.
I give you a strategy that maximizes your ads performance while reducing how much you're spending. Like personally, I hate spending money I don't need to spend.
So
Right?
it maximizes ads performance while reducing the amount of money
how much you're paying for it. Yes. So if you follow it, okay, if you follow the course step by step, exactly what's laid out inside, most of the time you shouldn't be spending any money to get traction. Like you really shouldn't. Your book should be driving sales as you're spending for the traction. So if you follow it and you do exactly as it shows, I would say 80% of your books are not going to spend you money.
or cost you money.
Or cost you money. Now, this is considering that your book is good, your cover is good, your title, like the other key aspects.
The other key things still come into play, right?
Right.
Yeah, no. Like I know the cover probably. I'd probably invest in a new cover first. No, I probably wouldn't, because I just hate this book, because it's like that one that one
It's
thing
that one.
you know, it's like that thorn in my back that is just the one failure.
Yeah. And I have books like that. I have books like that. So
okay. But that,
I would say
gives me hope. Test it
first. And if it's like bringing in sales, get a new cover.
That's a really good idea.
Exactly.
Oh, I like that. Because like they're sitting there, they're not making me any money right now, or if they are, very, very little. But why
not take advantage?
Why not take an advantage? Right? Even if it's like $100, That's a lot cheaper
Dude.
than I'd spend on a new book. I have 3
Exactly.
books that, you know, I'm sure I could spend $100 on, you know, across all 3 to, yeah. Oh, that's a
Start
really good idea,
generating.
man. That's, because I know, so, like, people come into, I can't remember her name. Please forgive me. She was just talking about she had 6 books, you know, from before she joined our course, my self-publishing blueprint. She had 6 books that weren't doing anything. So this strategy could really help maybe revive
It could.
books like that. So, but of course, you said like covers, titles, descriptions,
Yeah,
keywords,
there's other
all that stuff
variables.
has to be taken care of first, right?
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right. If that, if like, if that's not working, your ad is not going to work. Nobody's going to click it.
Right.
Right.
No, that makes
Nobody's
sense.
gonna click it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Is there another case study here?
Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
one more here.
Okay.
So this is actually my biggest success in terms of a single book.
Okay.
And so I published this one book it was last year, August. It didn't sell very well. And it's because it was a highly competitive.
What was the book, man? Tell us the book.
Keto diet.
All right. Keto is
Super competitive.
Hey, if you've published a book in keto diet, let me know in the comments.
So super competitive.
Yeah.
Right. Hard to get on the first page.
Yeah.
Hard to get sales because there's big players in there. And so what happened with this book is that I implemented the strategy. So, okay, when I had the formula, I decided to go on all my books, right? So I did this, I think it was in February when I did this, or March, could have been March. So I was like, okay, let's do this on every book. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
This book, like, just took off. It went from like $40 a month or whatever it was to this month, it's surpassed $1,300 by itself.
Really?
No audiobook, just paperback and Kindle.
Wow.
Yeah. It was just dude, it just took off. So it's on first page right now in the UK, and that's where majority of my sales are coming from.
Really, huh?
Yeah, in the UK and in Europe.
So you're using AMS for both platforms, or UK and United States?
And the US, both.
You've seen a big difference in that?
Huge difference. Huge.
Wow.
Because now I got 2 markets that my books are being ranked for, instead of just the States, right? Where like in the UK, I never really did much, and there was no way for me to do too much, right? We have our strategy that works in the US. And so as soon as I got AMS in there, I started using AMS to rank my books, right? Organically. Well, not organically. I mean, through keywords, it would organically start ranking for its own keyword. And that's what happened. So those books that I mentioned in the first 4 case studies where they're on the first page, they're also on the first page in the UK. So they're getting UK sales.
How are your UK sales monthly now?
This month, I'm just shy of 1,000 in pounds. So
that's like
shy of 600 in euros.
Is 1,000 pounds like $1,800 US basically? Or
no,
not
anymore. Like it's
not anymore.
Right now is really low. If it was 2 months back, it was much better. There's like I think it's like a 33% markup. So it's like, what did I say?
Here, I'm gonna
it's like 1,300.
Please refresh. Sorry, you said how much? Like 1,000 basically?
It's like 1,300, I think. Close to it. US.
Okay.
From the pound.
Oh yeah, you're banging on, man. 13.
Yeah.
Cool. 1,700 Canadian. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
That
was the one.
It was like I thought it used to be a lot better because back when I was only counting Canadian currency.
Yeah. It's probably still the same for Canadian. Might be.
So,
but I know the pound's down right now. Like 2 months ago, it was at $1.41.
So bottom line is, though, you're pulling in money from the 2 largest markets because of AMS on Amazon. So that's really cool. Okay, what else can people learn through the AMS ads profit formula? So, like, do you have to have some experience first with AMS, or is somebody like a complete beginner going to be able to help get figured out? Like, who's it targeted for?
So you can't be a rookie and go into it just because the other variables, right? The cover, the title, the description inside the book. That's what ends up selling it at the end of the day, right? So if you don't have that figured out, the ad it's not going to work for you. The ad is just supposed to get you visibility and clicks, right?
Right.
What's going to drive someone to click is your book cover and your title and the ad copy, right? The little snippet, which I teach how to write.
Oh, you do? That's good.
Yeah, I do. And I also give a sample template for descriptions so you can use, because when someone clicks your book, the description is going to sell them. The description is going to get them to buy it, right?
Yep.
The ad gets you the click and the visibility. The description gets a sale. That's very important. So, and that applies to everything else, right? Even if you're not using ads, right? Just your book being on the first page, your description is going to sell. So, it's not for somebody who doesn't know how to publish. So if you're new to publishing, or maybe you only have 1 or 2 books out, you should probably figure that aspect out first, and then leverage AMS to boost and skyrocket your sales.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Anything else that you want to add on AMS that people might not understand, or misconceptions about it? I remember when I first started publishing, people were always warning me about, oh yeah, AMS can cost you a lot of money. Well, to be honest, I posted in the group, right? Like the other week, I turned on one of my ads. What did I do? I increased the budget on one of the ads and then totally forgot about the ad. And I got a ton of clicks. It was like $250 spent and like $13
That's
sales.
Insane, dude.
Like it was just like, I was just like,
man.
Oh no.
I felt your pain.
Oh man, I was just so upset with myself. I'm like, oh, that's why it's just, so you got to pay attention.
So you do. So right there, right? Number 1 rule is don't create the ad and then just leave it. But you can't do that with AMS. You gotta watch it. You gotta track it.
Yeah.
For sure. And there's a lot of little things that most people don't know about AMS, especially if you're newer. Maybe even if you have experience with it, you still might not know these things.
I've gone through it, and there's like, I gotta go through it another time, because there was so much that I didn't even really fully comprehend yet. And I'm not like a newbie publisher anymore. Like, I'm still learning, but it's on a different level. Your program.
Yeah, there's a lot about AMS that if you don't know these things, you're going to be confused and asking, why is this happening? Why isn't my book that I have keywords for and I'm bidding so high on, why is it not showing up on the first page in the sponsor section? It's these little things that don't make sense to a lot of people because you just don't understand the system yet.
Love it. I love it, man. I love it. So cool. Well, what we'll do is we'll have a link in the description for anybody who wants to check it out. Is the course even open to the public yet, or do you have a launch date? Yeah, it is. So it's open. Okay. So we'll have a link in the description for you to check it out, the AMS Ads Profit Formula. And like what we were talking about beforehand, I'd love to get you back on the channel, and we could talk about some other aspects of AMS as well. I think a lot of people, in fact, if you want Marco to come back and talk more about some AMS stuff on the channel, let me know, and let me know what you want to know about AMS. And we'll kind of base our next couple discussions based on your questions that you leave in the comments for Marco. So please do that. And
yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, no, that is, because then we can make sure that we're bringing them the exact answers and topics that they're looking for on AMS. But I'm excited, man. Thank you so much for taking some time to chat today, and can't wait for the next time for us to sit down.
Awesome. Thanks, Mecca. It was my pleasure.